breaking old patterns. Reprogram your path. Where are you, Zito?
Here.
Buenos dias, everybody. Welcome to a new morning show, Mondays and
Fridays. Not Friday. Fridays.
Fridays. Yes. Today is what day, Zito?
Today is Friday.
Date.
22nd.
Yes, it is Friday. Thank you for starting and ending your day with us. Got a good one, and of course, we always start with a dad joke. And that dad joke, you ready, honey? You can't see. What did the shovel say to the sand?
What did the shovel say to the sand?
Mm-hmm.
You're full of it?
No, I really dig you. Oh, boom.
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
High five. Love it. All right. So what we got next, Miss Charmaine, is in sports. Are you ready? Let's do it nice and big for them. Yeah. Let's play it. A man's best friend to share your love of the game. Can't ask for anything better. Ooh. Nice. Oh, I forgot about that.
Are you safe or out?
I love it. Yeah. Shout out to, what does that say? Something bigger moments.
Yeah. Be great moments.
Ooh, be great moments. Thank you for sharing your son and your pup playing some baseball. So today or this week, babe, there were two birthdays. Okay, two birthdays.
Okay.
Birthday number one is Shabazz in the house.
Who?
Shabazz.
Oh, Shabazz.
All right, that's Superman from Summit, New Jersey. Awesome. I know that he's been on the show, so I'm gonna be asking Miss Charmaine to post his interview that I did with him maybe 3 years ago. So that's gonna be in the comments. So happy birthday, Shabazz. And we got a second birthday. Boom. Whose is it? Fiorella.
Hey, Superwoman.
I think I misspelled it. Oops. It's one L, right? Fiorella. Sorry, Fiorella. Happy birthday. And guess what? We have a video of her as well. And we're going to put it in the comments too. She was the best host ever when I went to visit Austin, Texas for the very first time. And I just been in so much awe of your hospitality, Fiorella, and I've been paying it forward because of your example. So thank you, and hope you had a wonderful birthday. Shall we do a picture, Miss Charmaine? Let's do a picture of me and Mr. Zito. Hey. Okay. All right. You got it? Let us know. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So today we have a day in the life of pups with an S, because this one, let's put it nice and big. Yeah. What do we have? Ooh, sleeping puppies.
Wait, are those all dogs?
They are so peaceful. It's like I want to take a nap. Wait, is one of them in someone's butt? Oh my!
I think one of them is one of the parents.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Looks like the dad. How adorable. Oh my gosh, raise your hand if you got pets. Jeez. That is so cute. It made you a little sleepy, didn't it?
No, our dog made me a little sleepy.
That's so true. And speaking of sleepy, Zito, what are you drinking?
I got some coffee and some special creamer.
What's a special creamer?
Conquito.
Wait, you seriously got coquito?
No.
Oh, okay, guys.
Oh, God.
Coquito is alcohol, but no, he was only kidding. That'll be funny. That's more like for Christmas or something. Yeah, we're not even gonna share that story.
But you have to now.
Guys, come and support us by getting your own mug. We're still working on getting his face in there. And Danny already said he wants Jimmy's face in it, so we'll be updating that.
And if you come and co-host, we'll get your face on a mug too.
I don't really, honey.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I think that's overpromising. But anyway, if you host more than 3 times, we could get your face on the mug. How's that?
No, just once.
No, 3 times. You got to come and host 3 times. All right. Okay. Let's go to our stickers. Yep. You could always get stickers. Oh, that one we could do your face at any time for sure. All right. What do we got for our action taker? It is the one and only.
Oh, me again. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to find the camera, guys.
I don't.
He doesn't. Like when it looks like the thing is picking on your nose. It looks like it's picking on your nose. All right. So today we're talking about old patterns. We're gonna go to our program, Miss Tremaine. Let's get right into it. Which are habits, meaning patterns, meaning programming. And so how do we go about that? How's that coffee? How's that coquito? Yeah. So he had a really hard time. He had to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to walk up our dog who has some stomach issues. So let's just leave it at that. Shall we? So let's get right into it. Timestamp for our theme. Our number 1 point is Miss Charmaine, replacing them. Okay, what do I mean by that? It's not, we're not talking about just like cutting things out. Because has that worked for you, honey? Just cutting it all out?
No.
I think maybe for like diets. Remember when we went back in the day, paleo and primal before it became popular? Like I remember cheating by saying, well, let me leave some rice and some bread from my dad and my mom. And that certainly did not help me. But what we mean, or what I mean in here on replacing, is just like, so if you love, let's say, bread and certain, and let's say you're changing white bread, right? And you want to start making your own bread. So it's not taking bread fully out. It's replacing for maybe one that you get to bake at home, right? Maybe you want to take out rice, and then that replacement could be what? Quinoa. What's another replacement for white rice that people do? What is the cauliflower? Cauliflower, is that how you say it?
Cauliflower rice.
There's cauliflower. Your pizza, there's cauliflower crust in the pizza. For cheese, you could do, what's the cheese that I get at Trader Joe's? Cashew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was cashew cheese. Oh, it's delicious. So again, I'm giving an example when it comes like to diet, because your body, you want to adjust it. And it's the same thing for habits, which really are patterns. So let's think of some habits, Zito. Can you think of a habit? Sorry, that's scratching. It's not our cat. We have a dog.
They can't hear it.
That feels like cat. But what's I guess you could tell me about one pattern or one habit that I do, and we could brainstorm on how to switch it for me, or one for yourself.
Well, I think it's just identifying what habits are not good for you or not allowing you to show up as your best self. And then instead of like thinking of it like, I got to stop this, you get to replace it with something else. You
said something key. Miss Charmaine, can we go to the next slide? It looks like he You gotta identify them.
Yeah, identify your negative patterns.
This way, sweetheart. This way. The camera. There you go.
Identify negative patterns. So you identify what's just not serving you anymore, or maybe what never served you, and then replacing it with something that brings joy, something that brings harmony, balance, and some type of benefit. So you can end up looking forward to, not what's missing, but what you're adding.
All right. Yeah.
I hate waking up in the morning. Obviously, especially when my dog.
Even though we moved it to 9:30.
Yeah. Well, I should be up and like a human being right now, but I'm obviously not. But
what are you now? If you're not a human being.
I used to tell my niece that if she didn't hand me a cup of coffee as soon as I woke up, I would eat her, which was really funny. I would like terrorize her. I would start growling, and she would like be pushing people over to get me a cup of coffee.
Tia Patty, yeah, he's gonna become a monster.
She still gets like a little nervous, like if I don't have coffee right away. You can see her little brain. She's like, I don't know why, but I want him to have coffee. It's great. It's great. But anyway, so one thing I could do is be like, all right, so I want to start waking up earlier. What can I add? What can I give myself in the morning that would make me look forward to my time in the morning?
Ooh, what's that?
Is it a nice walk with my dog? Is it a cup of coffee? Is it, I remember
a morning show.
I remember for a while, like even when like there was a show I like to watch every morning, and I would just it was a 20-minute, half an hour show. I would have my coffee. I would sit and I would watch it. And that would be my thing. It was a show that was on late at night, but I would watch it as soon as I woke up in the morning. And it was fun. It's something I look forward to. Patty didn't like the show. No one else liked the show. I was the only one who liked the show. So it was great. I got to sit by my window and, with the sun coming in, because our old apartment was much more full of light in the morning.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a little dark in here.
It is.
Well, for me right now, I am checking my phone as soon as I wake up. I do have a program early in the morning, and even if I'm not in shift, because it's my site, I'm like checking in. So that's the negative pattern that I'm identifying and that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm sharing with my husband. So one of the things that I've only done a little bit, because you need an alarm, but I do have the IKEA alarm. I want to start using that alarm so I can leave my phone right out there by the bookshelf. Now this guy has his phone, but that's okay because I can't change him, right? Right, honey?
Yeah, I mean, well, another thing.
Oh, okay, go on.
You could add is
to my negative pattern. Yes,
maybe reading at night instead of like watching your YouTube videos.
Okay, good point. Because if I'm going down with blue light and I have like certain YouTube videos of information that cannot be like the most, let's just say, bright, right? I could wake up with the same kind of fear. You brought a good point.
Yeah.
Because when I do wake up, the reason why I'm checking the phone is fear. Wow, that's so interesting. And I know when I was doing like my special music, it's still having my phone in the room. So yes, reading will absolutely bring out all the devices. So yeah. So okay. So that will be for nighttime. So when I wake up, what can I do? So I was doing yoga, so I could go back to yoga in the morning instead of checking my phone. And then part of my meditation is that I trust my team, right? That I trust the process and the protocols that we're putting in the morning. And maybe let that be part of my meditation. So yoga, meditation, and my journaling. So I do those things, but after, if I'm waking up with like anxiety and I need to check my phone, I want to do those things first. So I think that's definitely one. Okay, so reading at nighttime, phone outside, the IKEA alarm, waking up to my yoga, meditation, and my journaling. All right.
Is that
I like
too
that.
Much? Maybe you want to just pick one.
Well, okay. Yeah, reading at nighttime.
Okay.
right? But what I was saying, I was going to use my clock to wake up instead of the phone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so when I wake up, the first thing, because it all comes back to back for me. So it's yoga, stretch, meditation, journal.
Ah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They're not spread out. What I'm currently doing right now, it's like I'm doing that after I'm checking things and checking in, which is not a good thing. It keeps me in an anxiety mode. So yeah, they're all, and that's a thing that you could do too. It's like when we replace them, they could be like from things that you already do. Some people first thing they do is walk, right? Some people first thing they do is brush their teeth, right? What are your some pair them with some of the good things that you do, right? So I'm doing those things, but they're becoming second in priority, which is something that I always talk about in this channel, is like that self-care, that self-love's got to come first, putting the mask on me first, then on somebody
About your
else.
child in this?
No, but in any other person, right? In a plane.
You mean like with a plane when you lose pressure and the masks come down?
Yeah, you got to put on yours first. Why should I try to get Jimmy and it kill myself in the process, right?
You're such a coach, because I think most coaches like are so familiar with that story.
Mhm.
They just say, put the mask on yourself first. And people like me who aren't coaches were like, what is it, Halloween? Like forgetting that there's a whole story about the plane is having trouble and the masks come down for the oxygen.
Yeah. Because what they do in the plane is they tell parents, put yours first. And I like how they use a child, because you're like, what? Why wouldn't you save the child first? The child's going to be in a worse place if you're dead. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry to say it so blunt. But yeah, that is exactly it, Zito. Exactamente. All right, what's the next slide, Miss Charmaine? What do we got there?
This is 3 new patterns for transformation.
Ooh, you go first.
No.
Why?
I mean, okay, new patterns for transformation. I think it's just what we're talking about. Like, it's not about it's not about stopping something. It's not about quitting something. It's not about even like adding something. It's adding a new power. Not pattern, but it's also like a superpower.
I thought you said power.
I did say power.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like a Freudian slip or something. Like habits.
What is that?
A Freudian slip is like when like your subconscious mind is thinking something, but you're not trying to say that. It just kind of slips out.
How does it slip out?
Like,
oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So habits are powerful. So if you're adding these new habits and they become patterns, that's where the power is. So like, for instance, if you're in sales, like a real estate agent, if you like that, it's a real estate agent dance. If you're adding like lead generation and that becomes like a habit, like every day you just do some lead generation, whatever that lead generation mechanism is, that becomes powerful, because that leads to you meeting more people, you being able to serve more people. So, but if you're just like once a week, I'm going to do some lead gen, and that's the thing that you hate the most about life, like it's not going to go well.
I like, I will add, it takes time. I hope that this channel or this show is entertaining, as well as a place where you could reflect on some of the things that you could do. So transformation, meaning it doesn't mean like you're enough right now. You're loved right now. You're good right now. Transformation meaning, so like how to equip yourself with all the tools where you could be, like he said earlier, in like your best superhuman powers that we all have, right? Because what do we do if we're stuck in old patterns? We just get busy. So we don't face these things, or if we don't have time to reflect, hey, what patterns, like, has anybody asked that, right? Like, do I have any old negative patterns? And so I will add some grace as there as well. So the next slide, it's more like what I said on Monday. Society wants us to like have like a binary, old, new, bad, good. And let's think about it as a transformation, as a as a flowing, playful way to replace. Well, first of all, identified. And before we identify, we need to like stop. Stop. Hammer time. Oh. Where are my 90s people? Okay, if you were born after 2000, you have no idea what I just did. Oh. Okay. So anyway, we just gotta stop, hammer time, to sit down to see, hey, what are some of my old patterns? And ask your spouse. They will like pinpoint exactly, just like what Zito did, right? Exactly how they are seen and what are some ways to help. And then I believe on Monday I gave the challenge of the week, which was to do the one small change, one small tiny thing. And I believe the example that I did was like setting an alarm for 9:30 p.m. for you to go to bed if you want to wake up early. But again, you have your own. And how do we do that? 60 days. The cover of today's show is the iceberg, right? It's a little bit, I don't know if Miss Charmaine, you could go to that slide. Go to slide 24 so people could see, please, the picture of it. Our dog is crying. As Miss Charmaine is getting to the slide, hey, yeah, put it nice and big and not small so I could identify. Okay. So we see the iceberg. And so I want to put that, right? Like the iceberg, like let's just say the new habit is setting an alarm at 9:30 p.m. It could look small. It could be like, why am I doing this? But if you're doing that for the next 60 days, you're reprogramming a habit and telling your body, telling your mind that that's when you go down. And Jimmy gave a great example, like reading a book. That's something that you could add, you could experiment. But the one tiny thing that you're doing without any effort, it's setting an alarm, right? And so you do it long enough for 60 days, you know, your body's going to respond to that. And I'm only saying that because I was super hardcore a few years ago where I'll turn off all the lights. I will put essential oils. I will ask my husband to tuck me in like I'm 4 years old. You know, like I did all these things to support myself. And I was not going to bed with my phone, which I have lately. And I will say in the past 3 years and all this transitioning to Florida, that gets caught up with you. So just one tiny little thing goes a really long way, right? A really, really long way. And this is how we can nurture that with a small habit. So the challenge is still the same. Choose one little tiny thing that you could do that's really effortless, but you're doing it for the next 60 days. And if you go to the slide of the challenge, Ms. Charmaine, it's the same one. You know, maybe you heard the show on Monday. Give it some reflection this weekend. So challenge of the week. Come, Zito, come. Take some time to reflect. Let's all take time to reflect on the one small, effortless little new habit that we're going to continue to do for the next 60
to 90 days.
Just 60 days.
Just 60 days.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Guys, thank you for joining us. Cheers, Zito.
Cheers.
We shall see you. What is the walkout song, Miss Charmaine? Oh, yes. Zito, you do that one.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. The only rule about comments is make sure they're good.
Yeah, man. I've been getting some rude ones saying if I wasn't a what? What was that one again?
If you were filming us with a potato.
Yeah. How rude. Anyway, let's keep it positive. Thank you for, I did get a comment on Monday thanking me for the note. So thank you for commenting, and we want to hear your input and your 2 cents. All right, do we have music? Because I can't hear it. Hey, happy Friday. Oh.